Hey guys, today I'm here to do Real Housewives of Atlanta season 7 episode whatever. It's the reunion part 1. It's gonna be 3 parts. I can say all the ladies looked it presentable. Um, to me, best dress was Kenya, then Nene. Then worst dress for me, to me, it was just boring and basic, was Claudia. I don't too much care for Porsha. Porsha looked like she had on a stripper dress. No shade to the strippers, but I'm just like that wasn't white for it. But hell, that's dumbass Porsha. I'm sorry. She just showed us really how dumb she was. But we'll get to that. The first part, I didn't care. The part with Claudia and Nene and they beef or whatever. No, I'm sorry. Didn't care. The part with her and Candy, they didn't care because I get what Candy's saying. Nene always want to feel like she's superior to everybody. She do, and I don't understand why. I was watching the other day. The whole reunion marathon was on from season I think 1 or 2. I don't know. I called it that season when Candy came on, and I was just like the changes of Nene, the real changes of Nene, and it started that season when she had started becoming a bitch when Candy came on there. But the change of her acting like a rich bitch and all that came to me when the season when Marlo came on. That's when she started getting Trump checks and shit. And that bitch just thought she was all that and then some. And ever since then, she's been on this pedestal like she makes more money than all the girls on the cast, and we all know that's not true. We do. We just know if she don't make the most money on that cast. Um, this whole thing with Phaedra, I just feel like after that argument with Candy, because Candy was, they was talking about the friendship or whatever with her and Nene or whatever, and Nene be trying to act like she's been here for her, and she just don't bring up Candy and girl, y'all fake ass friendship. I don't know, and I don't get that Candy is being a hater. And when she said, "How can you can't hate on somebody unless they a hater?" I said, "Yeah, that bitch is true hater rage." Like Nene always acting like somebody's jealous of her, but she truly is a hater when it comes to them women. She don't ever, I never see her give them women props for anything, for anything. If she have gave somebody some props, let me know because I don't remember her giving props. Shit, when the Candy came on, she said she couldn't sing, so hell. But this whole thing with Phaedra and her and not taking them kids to see Apollo because she said she ever took them to see Apollo, and then she tried to blame it on winter, and then she tried to blame it on the restrictions of the jail. And I kept saying, well, maybe it's different than California because bitch, I've seen girls, all kind of girls at the county jail and at Wayside when they was open with kids. So that's some bullshit. And how I know, because like I told y'all before, I'm a product of my father being in the county and in fucking prison. So therefore, and we went to go see him. So that's why I can't get with Phaedra on this one. And then when Candy even commented about she's been to that jail in Kentucky, Phaedra whole face shut down. That's when all of a sudden it seemed like Phaedra had an attitude with Candy. So I was just like, girl, stop with the fucking bullshit and the lies. But did y'all notice after Candy got into it with Nene, her whole attitude was just like, bitch, I am so mad. I don't want to be here. Her whole facial expression, she just being mad the whole damn time. But Phaedra, you on some bullshit. Then she said that she's still married to Apollo, and it's what she say is something about like it's her business to handle things the way she want to handle them. And I'm like, who are you keep directing your comments to? Are you directing your comments to Candy because Candy feel like you should have let them, or Cynthia or whoever? Who is it directing to? Because you're not saying nothing, but the way she's talking is like she's directing it towards somebody about her family raise her kids and how she want to, and then she was getting irritated with Andy for asking her questions, and I'm like, you know, bitch, this will be your last season, cause you and goddamn Nene, y'all are gonna be talking to the boss like, he ain't helped y'all out. Like, come on now, like it was just, she was just, I wouldn't believe the shit she was saying. Then she was trying to just say when he asked her about him being physical towards her or whatever, she tried to just play it like such a victim like he have, but she wasn't gonna admit it on TV. And I'm sitting there like, girl, don't play yourself. Don't fucking play yourself. Yeah, you're not gonna say it on TV because you know it probably gonna really come after your ass if you try to make him look like a woman beater. Well, you know, Ken had, you know, he got anger problems, and you guys just saw that. So, yeah, I was just glad that the team was there, the production team. Girl, shut that shit down. You is a lawyer. You have seen people worse off than fucking Apollo because he's a white collar criminal. So you probably have seen people way worse than him. So stop it. Stop trying to act like he just such this big scary guy and you so fucking scared of him. When at the beginning you was punking the shit out of Apollo. Like, come on now. Then they, you know, asked the girls about it, and Cynthia was like, "That's not my business to speak on her marriage and her kids and all that kind of stuff." She still has some little slick shit to say to Cynthia, and I'm like, "Bitch, shut up." Then when they asked Kenya, Kenya was like, um, she's not worried about them. Like, only people she's concerned about, and this is gonna affect is the kids. And I totally agree. It's not about you, Phaedra. It's not about Apollo. These kids are going to be affected by you guys' actions playing out on TV. Good, bad, or indifferent. These kids are going to be affected by the way you guys are bashing each other on TV, the way y'all just acting on TV. Your kids be affected by that. So yeah, that was that with Phaedra. Who cares? Who cares about? The whole thing with Claudia and Porsha, because that's what they focused on, Claudia and Porsha, not just mainly just on Claudia, because you know her storyline wasn't that damn long, but it was long. I mean, it was more than Porsha's. Why she keeps saying her storyline is Claudia's storyline is Porsha. I'm like, no, bitch, you wouldn't have a storyline if it wouldn't have been for Claudia. Claudia, only thing that they talked about you, Porsha, about is when you said you was having that party for you being on the show, and then she took that scene from your ass. I'm just saying, it's your own damn party. But that she has to think about, you know, about being biracial and her mom coming down and grandmama crazy grandmama coming down. She had Lunel on here talking about her wanting to do comedy. She sat down and got her hair done and gossiped with Derek J. And you know what I'm saying? She had this a little bit more than you, Porsha, for you to be saying that her storyline was you. But she had storylines about Nene. You know, she just was kicking it with the you know, Team Pretty Girls, and they was going out having fun. So I don't get why you're trying to. Porsha was trying to say, oh, I think she's admired by me. Just because she's new, I'm sorry, just because she is new on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Claudia is not new to television, boo boo. So why would she be admired of you? We only know you from Real Housewives of Atlanta and your radio show that nobody probably that's not in Atlanta is not really too much paying attention to. I'm just saying because I have not watched not one show of this nation since Porsha been on there. So come on now, like you didn't even show your storyline of being on David Chatero's thing, for him throwing you the party for your little hairline. So come on, like that bitch is dumb. She's dumb to really say that Claudia was admired is admired by her. Like you have no brain. I'm sorry. This girl has no scruples whatsoever. I'm sorry. They talked about her dating the African, and she said no. She was like, but then like she be contradicting herself a lot. She really, really do. Because one minute she'll say this, and then she's like, well, if it was, she said I didn't date I guess the African rich married man or whatever. And then she was like, but if I did date an African in Atlanta, bitch, you keep telling on yourself. And what makes it so funny is because Claudia kept shutting her down. Claudia kept shutting that down. They was laughing at her. That whole couch was sitting there laughing at her. Every time she talked to open her mouth, I'm sitting there like, just shut up. They're laughing at you. Like, do you not see the other couch, the whole couch laughing every time you talk? Like, she should have been embarrassed on that. Then she was saying, kept saying that like she didn't date him, and then Andy pointed it out and was like, well, Nene and Candy, alluded to the fact that you were with a married man, and both of them tried to deny it. Both of them tried to deny it. Really, Nene was trying to because Candy was like, if I said something, then I didn't mean it like that or some shit. Said I wasn't paying attention to Candy. I was paying attention to Nene, and Nene was trying to act like she didn't say that. And Andy wrote that tape back of her saying something about a man out of town and all that shit. And then Nene had made more references about her sleeping with that African man. So, girl, you look stupid. And that's why every time somebody was saying something, she just kept sitting back and getting mad. But you can tell she was like that's just what she was giving me. What else? Then she tried to allude to the fact that Cordell cheated on her. I'm sitting there like, why are we bringing Cordell up? Why? Are you mad because they were trying to put him on Claudia? Are you mad? Like, cause it didn't make sense to me of her trying to just throw Cordell out there and y'all relationship have been over. Like, girl, shut up. Then they kept on going back and forth, and Claudia was like, I feel sorry for her, like, and I kept saying, yeah, cause no scruples, none, they're not there. Then they kept on talking about the man, and cause Claudia was trying to tell how she knew that this girl was sleeping with a person, and she was like, because we both have mutual friends, and our friend is friends with the guy. And she was like, let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. Something about some slander bullshit. And Claudia read her ass and was like, okay, well, file a lawsuit if you about that life. I fell out. And Claudia and Porsha shut it the fuck up. And that shows you that Claudia knew what she was talking about when it came to Porsha, because if anybody just say, bitch, well, go sue me then if I'm fucking telling the truth, that mean they got something on you that can prove that case. Because if she didn't, she would have been like, well, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Claudia would have broke down after she said that, but Claudia didn't back down. Told the bitch, go sue her. Then Porsha said that she wasn't dating an African man at the time. During the filming, she was dating a young athlete. So bitch, you was still fucking for purses then, period. But she's not dating him no more, so she don't want to put his name out there. And I'm like, well, bitch, why you say it was a young athlete? You should have just said you was dating somebody and it wasn't an African prince at that time. Which you probably was before then. Then, it just seemed like everybody was jumping in, and it was Cynthia was like, well, you talking about all this slander and stuff, but you alluded to the fact that Peter was cheating. And she said, well, I was saying it in private, it's just me and Phaedra's conversation at lunch. And Cynthia was like, bitch, we're on a show. You told everybody. It's 4 million people watching the show. You told everybody. And that was the whole thing I was saying when she was saying it. Was like, bitch, you forgot the cameras was rolling when you were talking about somebody or something? Like, come on. She tried to get herself out of that and still made herself look even worse than she did. Then Phaedra jumped in about her and her husband, and she was like, your husband told my husband. Like, come on now. Like, y'all were trying to jump on Cynthia, and Cynthia had it for y'all ass. I don't know if Cynthia, Claudia, and Kenya went to the school to get ready for this reunion, but they was ready for y'all ass for this reunion. Like, bitch, y'all not gonna read me without coming back. Then Andy asked her something about the thirst is real from Nene, and Nene was like, yeah, the thirst is real, and Claudia was like, your hair is thirsty, and I was like, no, this time she kind of got it right. I get what you were saying, but you were trying to be funny, Claudia. But this season on the reunion, she got it right with the pantsuit. Now, her hair was thirsty all through the season. I can give you that, but not this time. So then he asked Claudia, did she do comedy? And she said, yeah. And the girls came in, she supported, she killed it, yada yada yada, whatever. Kenya, they showed her little whole fiasco with her Lori, talking to her about forgiveness, all the way up until life goes on. She said she's in negotiation with some networks to get life goes on or whatever, and they were shading her about that. And I'm sitting there like, I don't care if she put the shit on YouTube, she can make some money from it. She might not make what she wants, but don't act like if she didn't put it on something she couldn't make money from it. Shit, she can go put it in a $5 bin at Walmart and somebody gonna buy it because it's gonna be a black film with some popular black people. So come on now. That's your phone. And so then so I was just like, girl, shut that down. Shut. Are you gonna call that? Okay. My bad. But anyway, so they was talking about that, and we thought they talked, like I said, they talked about Aunt Lori and how she's a good person. Okay, yeah, because I'm like, she did calm Kenya down. Um, she said she spoke on her mom and how her mom only spoke to her once, and that was at somebody's funeral. And she said hi, Kenya. Other than that, her mama never spoke to her. That has to be some hurtful shit. And I was so irritated with punk ass Nene looking at her the way she did when she was talking about her mama. Like this bitch ain't got mama issues her damn self. I was bothered by that. I'm like, bitch, you got mommy issues your damn self. So how you gonna look at somebody else that has mommy issues? Bitch, y'all need to be sitting there talking about that shit and figuring how y'all can get over it. I'm just saying, like, come on now. Um, Candy was looking though through the whole season, like every time somebody was talking, she was looking like, what, bitch, what? She had this stank attitude look on her face, especially when it came to Porsha. Um, Then he asked Porsha about, because they were talking about the whole fiasco with her and Kenya and about her apologizing or whatever. And that bitch was like, I will not apologize. I will never apologize. And I'm like, you is the most hateful, hateful person. Like, I understand that you don't want to be friends and you don't want to be cool with a person. I get that part. But to say you won't forgive that person, come on. And I like how Kenya just kept shutting her down cute and classy and was like, it starts with yourself. You gotta forgive yourself. So apparently Porsha ain't forgave her damn self. But yeah, like it's especially to be acting like y'all some Christian bitches and church bitches. Come on now, like it's what's so hard to say? I forgive you. I would never forget what we went through, and I just don't want to be a friend. But I forgive you, and I move on. Like that's the grown up way to do it. But okay, Princess of Scotland. This is what we get. This is what we get by that. I'm just saying. Um, then that bitch. Oh my god. Kenya had brought up her grandfather when she said she wouldn't apologize to her because Kenya was looking like me and Candy was looking like this for real. But she brought up her grandfather and how she was like, don't be bringing my family in this. And she was like, bitch, I'm trying to give him some credit. Like, come on now, it's your dumb ass. But she was saying how the grandfather was about nonviolence and all that kind of stuff. And to hear his granddaughter speak like that, it was just disheartening. And it was. Dumbass Porsha. That it just didn't make no sense. Talking about that's a different thing. That's a separate thing. No, bitch. Forgiveness is forgiveness. I'm sorry. You cannot like them and hate them for whatever. But come on. Even just with your sanity, you just forgive people and you just move on. Like I said, you don't have to be friends with them. Then she brought up talking about can you hurt? Can you hurt in the inside? Cause she don't have no mother. Oh, that would have been the time that bitch would have got hit by a prop. I'm sorry, but can you always keep it cute with these bitches? But I'm saying I would have flew across the stage. Like, you know, that's a sensitive subject. That was just all the way wrong when that bitch said that. I was like, wow. Even when she was telling Cynthia to look inside herself, Cynthia was like, no, bitch, you need to look deep inside yourself. That bitch needs to pull herself inside and out and find herself. Like, you never tell nobody that they hurt the inside because they don't have a mother. Come on. And I had all that, and girl, don't, if that's what they raised, don't nobody want it. Don't nobody want it. That you was all about when you was with Cordell. You was all about how, before you got with Cordell, you was about your business. You had, I think, a daycare or some kind of shit like that. And this is now what you want to be. Some naked hair and some see-through clothes. And because you got a Rolls Royce with a doorbell that don't work. I don't get it. I don't get it. If y'all hear snoring, my babe gotta go to work in a couple hours, and can't want to wait while I finish recording. But hey, that's what happens when you gotta work a man and not a man that's just sitting there. I'm just saying, Nene and Greg. But anyway, it gets to Phaedra, and she starts talking about calling Kenya whore. Talking about, well, there was plenty of whores in the Bible. Mary Magdalene and this. Bitch, it was liars and thieves too. Because y'all can't tell me she didn't know nothing about Apollo when that bitch was on that first season she was on and was talking about he do asset recovery. While that bitch calling her a whore, bitch, thieves and liars and that motherfucker too. Just best believe that. I just couldn't. I couldn't. My whole thing is, did I fucking miss something? Because I think that's how it ended with her and homegirl talking shit to Kenya or whatever. So if I missed something, my bad. But my whole thing watching this was like, I thought y'all bitches was cool after the therapy. And when y'all went to the Philippines and Kenya and Phaedra had that talk and when y'all bitches went to her screenings to her show. And then y'all get back up. Okay, I see that y'all watched the show, but y'all also watched how it ended and y'all was there when it ended. So for to call people hoes and see how people were saying that it wasn't like that and stuff like that, I was bothered. I was bothered. I'm mad that we gotta wait a whole another week to see part 2 and then another week part 3. I think all this shit should come on in 3 days so we can get this over with. So we ain't gotta get our blood pressure back up. We still gonna get the same damn ratings. I'm just saying. Yeah, y'all tell me y'all thoughts about this reunion show, Real Housewives of Atlanta season 7. Reunion Part 1. Make sure you check out Ashley Miller, Steve Mintic, Sayshawn Bradley, James Caldwell. Much love from KY. Color Me Pink with Keisha. Going to check her out. Scotty from Mr. Still Standing. Tiki 44. I'm trying to remember by thoughts like right now. But Tam G, I know she gonna go in. Make sure you check her out. And I will talk to you guys later. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, Xbox Live. I do everything by the Ghetto View. THA.THD. Oh, and shout out to my nail tech, KK with KK Nails. She hooked me up once again. We didn't do no big old balls and stuff like that this time. But yeah. Shout out to KK. Hit her up on Instagram at Nails by KK or Facebook KK Nails. I'll put more information on my Tuesday Support Tuesday video. And I'll talk to you guys later. All right, peace out.